And like I mentioned in the intro, one of your early gimmicks was Krusher Kruschev. And I imagine that the heat you received in some towns was insane for being a turncoat type of Russian
Uh,
sympathizer. Can you tell us any stories of the heat that you got for that gimmick?
oh my gosh, yeah. When I was down in Watts's territory, when he first named me, he says, "Barry, you're going to be Krusher Khrushchev, and you're going to go on an interview, and you're going to tell everybody you're going to bury Americans."
Yeah.
And Nikolai Volkov was going to be, my partner. So what had happened one time, I was in a match with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We were in Oklahoma City, and we were having a coal miner's glove match. And Duggan was just getting ready to beat me, and then Nikolai Volkov hit the ring. We just started putting the boots to Duggan in the ring. So Nikolai was holding him. I put the coal miner's glove on, and I was hitting him in the head. And when I was doing that, the cop outside was so mad at us. They really believed that we were the Russians and we were the bad guys. He put a chair in the ring to give to Duggan.
Oh my God.
And Nikolai went and grabbed the chair and then started hitting Duggan with the chair. Well, the whole crowd started jumping on the cop. And it was like a riot in the ring. And they all started coming. And Duggan told me, he looks at me, and he goes, "Crush, get out of here now." And I grabbed Nikolai. I said, "Nikolai, we got to get out of the ring." People were coming down from the second deck, coming down to get into the ring. So to get out of the ring, we were hooking and jabbing all the way back to the back.
Wow.
And, and I don't know how many people were punching and kicking and everything, because if we would have stayed longer, they would have got us. But we got out of there and we had a car ready to go. It was a cab, and we already had our bags in there. And I told the guy ahead of time, I said, "Now, when we come running back here," I said, "you got to get this cab out of here." And it was, you parked underneath the garage and you had to drive up a ramp to get out.
Hmm.
Well, he was watching the matches and he was laughing and he was, like, "This is great, And I said, "Go, go, go." And he was just taking his time. I said, "You don't understand. You got to get out of here now or we ain't getting out of here." We went up the ramp and they completely totaled his car. I mean, they threw
Wow.
rocks and bottles and you name it. And he got out of there. We got to the airport. He goes, "Who's gonna pay for my car?" And Nikolai goes, "We told you to get out of there and you didn't go. It's all up to you." But I mean, his car was total.
That's crazy.
That
You
was just
must have.
one. There's a million stories. I had another story where me and Ivan Koloff, we were my memory's not real good, but we were in Asheville, North Carolina, and I had Ricky Morton in a rear chin lock. And Ricky looks up at me and he says, "Hey, Crush," he goes, "don't look, but there's a guy pointing a gun right at your head in the audience."
Oh,
So I kind of looked up slow, and here's the guy with the gun pointing right at me. And he goes, I'm gonna I'm gonna take you down and I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna give you a drop kick and get out of the ring." So that's what we did. He came back up on me, gave me a drop kick, got out of the ring. The cops came and grabbed him and took him out of there.
that is insane.
We had another night where I was wrestling Terry Taylor and grabbed the rope and I put it around his neck and I was hanging him over the top rope. And Nikolai came in and was holding it. I went outside and I started punching Terry in the stomach. He was hanging over the top rope getting hung. And then Nikolai looks at me and he goes, "Knife." I look back, there's a guy coming to stab me. I jumped out of the way. Then the guy took the knife and he tried to cut the rope off of Terry Taylor. When he did it, he cut Nikolai's boot. Nikolai let him go. And here's the guy with the knife. And the cops came and grabbed him, but they didn't even do anything to him, you know. So there's a lot of stories like that.
What town were some of these in? Like, what was that knife one in? Do you
Yeah.
remember?
That one was Alexandria, Louisiana. I'll never forget it. The one with the knife and Terry Taylor.
Hmm.
The other one was Asheville, North Carolina, Ricky Morton. The first one I was telling you about was in Oklahoma City. I don't know if it was Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Oklahoma City. It
Okay.
was one of those two towns. So,
I mean, you must have felt very successful, albeit terrified in those moments as
oh,
Khrushchev. Yeah.
I I did my job.
Yeah.
That's what I was supposed to do, and the fans took it serious.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interviews.